Hi everyone. I haven't done a vlog in a few months, so I thought I would give you a little update on what I've been doing. And the main thing that I'm going to tell you about is my transition onto my new medication, Enbrel. I started it 6 weeks ago in injection form. I've been doing it at home. The first one, a nurse came and kind of talked me through it all. And she was here and done it with her, and then the next 5 were on my own. My next one's due in a couple of days. So I wanted to just first of all show you, it arrives, it gets delivered to your house, and it arrives in a box just like this, in a wee plastic bag, and I keep it in the fridge in the bag. I don't take it out. And what you do is on your injection day, you take it out of the fridge half an hour before you're going to inject it to let it cool down. So this is the box. It's quite a simple box, and you find your injections inside here. They're in like a plastic thing like that. So your EpiPens are all sort of sitting in here, and you just peel back this, and you take one out. So this is what one of the pens looks like. Can you see that? It's not that scary, it's quite kind of standard. So once it's cooled, there's a little cap on the end here, and you take the cap off, and this little blue thing pops out, and that inside there, that's where the needle is. So you have to do your checks. This is blue at the moment. It goes blue once the medicine's sort of dispersed, but it's clear, and you have to check that the medication is clear. And if there's an air bubble in there, then that's completely normal, that's fine. You have to check that it says Enbrel on it, which is here, and you have to check the expiry date, which is round this way. And once you've done your 3 checks, that's you sort of ready to do your injection. I inject it into my legs, I don't do it in my stomach. I was advised not to do that because of the size of my frame, but you can, some people do inject it into their stomach. So once you're ready, you grab a bit of your skin and you push this blue bit down so that it's firm against your skin so you can't see it, and then you push this little button that's on the top here, and that releases the needle into your leg, and you count for 10 seconds. After maybe about 7 seconds, I would say, this little button pops back up again. And I was told that instead of just pulling it out straight away, you kind of just continue on to your 10 seconds, because you can get a reaction around your injection site, and the longer you hold it in for the 10 seconds the better, because it means you might be likely to get less of a reaction. But the reactions around your injection site are very normal, from what everybody's kind of told me. Then once you've done that for your 10 seconds, you pop it into your bin, which looks like this. It's quite a big bin, and well, that's you all done. As you can hear, I've got quite a few injections in there now. So yeah, I've done 6. My first one, I was quite scared. Naturally, if anybody's been following any of my blogs or my journey with my arthritis, you'll know that I've got a bit of a phobia of any kind of treatment, any kind of tablets. I don't like anything to do with hospitals or medication. So it's been quite a journey for me to do it by myself as well. It's been a difficult journey, but it's also been quite exciting, which I never thought I would say. But the prospects of halting the damage to my joints and making me feel better has been a real incentive for me. The only reason I agreed to doing the injections by myself, and have been doing them, is because I want to get back to university. So yeah, the first one, the nurse came along. She gets to come along for one visit, and she kind of talks you through everything, and it was okay. I mean, I was really frightened, and when I was doing it, my hand was shaking like this. It was really bad. I was crying, I was sweating. I'm pretty sure I went bright red after going pure white. I felt sick. I was so nervous. It was terrifying. And the 10 seconds, every week, the 10 seconds feels like a lifetime. but it's not. It's only 10 seconds, and once it's done, it's done, and you kind of sit there thinking, oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. I will admit that it's not as bad as getting your blood taken. It does hurt a little bit. It kind of stings, like you can feel it going in and it stings, and for me the first couple of times I done it, I wanted to just pull my hand away as soon as I pushed the button and I felt the needle go in. But I've stuck with it, and it's been going pretty well. The first week I didn't get a reaction on my leg. You alternate your legs every week, so the first one was fine, I didn't have any sort of reaction. The second week I got a red sort of square around where I'd done it, and then the third week I got a bigger red square and a bit of a lump, and then the fourth week I got a massive lump come up, a big massive red circle, a big lump, and it turned into a bruise after a few days, and it stayed there for a whole week. So now, and this has happened every week now, I get a big red square, a big lump, and then it turns into a bruise, and when I alternate onto my next leg the next day and week, the mark from the last injection is still there. It's a little bit off-putting. I don't really like looking at it. I'm not enjoying the fact that I've got these marks on my legs, but the way I see it is that if I would rather have that mark on my leg than have the swelling, the stiffness, the pain, and the damage to my joints. It's a lot easier to live with having a little bruise and a little red lump. For me, I've found that the first couple of days when the lump's there as well, putting any kind of pressure on it can kind of hurt it a little bit. And it's not an excruciating pain or anything, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. So I've been wearing loose clothing and things just to make sure that nothing's rubbing against it. I've also found as well that I prefer to shower before I do the injection, not because afterwards it stings or anything like that, but for me it just makes me feel more comfortable if I've showered beforehand, rather than then go into the shower and put soap and things on it. I'd rather just kind of let it settle down on its own. So that's how I've been doing it. I've been having a little bit of trouble with my counting for my 10 seconds because I'm still kind of trying to get used to the fact that I'm doing the injection and I'm trying to keep my hands still, and I can only really start counting maybe 7 seconds in. I've sort of been counting the last 3 seconds, so I have had to have somebody on the phone and sort of counting with me, but it's getting to the point now where they're counting far too slow for me. I don't know if that's me just being a bit bossy or wanting to just take it out of my legs sooner or something, but I've been starting to kind of shout out the numbers. So I think this week, my injection's due in a couple of days, I'm going to try and do it by myself, nobody on the phone, and try and do my 10 seconds on my own and see how I get on with that. As far as it actually working, they said it would probably take between 2 to 6 weeks for you to sort of find any sort of difference happening. I don't particularly feel any better or any worse. My hands are still quite achy, but my stiffness is certainly starting to subside a bit. It's not as bad as what it would normally be. I'm definitely sleeping a lot better. I'm getting a lot more comfortable and having a better sleep. It's not being interrupted during the night because I'm uncomfortable or anything. So that's a significant improvement. And my fatigue as well, that seems to be sort of subsiding a bit. Normally my fatigue would kick in about lunchtime, but I'm not actually getting any fatigue now until about tea time. I found about 5-6 o'clock. So that's a huge improvement. Yeah, but at the moment I'm still a bit 50-50. I'm not sure if it's actually working or if it's just my flare-ups dying down on its own. I'm not sure, but I'm sticking with it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm quite excited to find out if it will halt the damage, and just to keep going with it and find out if it is actually going to work. I'm excited to have a day where I don't feel any pain. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I've never had that before. I've lived with this condition now for 24, 25 years, coming up, 25 years. So I've never known any different. So it'll be interesting for me to wake up one day and not feel any pain at all, I think. I'm quite looking forward to that. Should be good. I'm feeling quite positive about it as well. I'm looking forward, university starts in 2 weeks. So next week is Freshers Week, and then classes start the week after. And then, like I said before, I'm only doing this so that I can get back to university. I had to quit my 3rd year last year, so I am going back into 3rd year to repeat it. And I want to go back full time, and I want to be able to concentrate and get on with it and enjoy my experience at uni. Because up until now, it's not been very good for me. I've not really enjoyed it, and I would like to get the most out of my experience there, and I'd like to be able to learn without having in the back of my mind, am I going to actually be able to get to campus today? Am I going to be able to stay on campus? And I don't want to have that feeling of I want to get out of this building as fast as I can and go home because I don't feel well. So I'm really looking forward to going back to uni and feeling very positive about it. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you today. Like I said, the stuff, it doesn't look that scary, but it can be a little bit scary when you first start. But all I've got to say is if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's really not as bad as what I was expecting, and the fact that I'm feeling positive about it is a good sign. It's a really good sign. And if anybody has had any other similar experiences with EpiPens, with Enbrel, or with any other kind of medication, with the injection form, anything at all, leave me a little comment at the bottom of this video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'd love to hear from you. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll be vlogging more frequently. I've got a few joint potential weekends coming up, and I'm going to share those with you. So just take care everyone, and get in touch. Bye!